you guys. It's about that time, a little power hour. Welcome. Let's go ahead and begin. We'll start in mountain pose. Just go ahead and make your way up to the top of your mat. Perhaps stand with your feet about hip distance apart, toes pointing forward, just to establish a strong foundation for yourself. As you arrive in the space, settling in. And just continue that process by taking a few deep breaths, audible breaths. So you might breathe in deeply through your nose, and you can exhale through your nose or out through your mouth with a soft sigh. Just to get reacquainted with your breath. Then just settle into slow, steady breaths, a little softer. Allowing the breath to move throughout your entire body. Connecting and moving inward. Good. As you inhale, just feel the breath rising upward to fill up your lungs. Nice expansive breath here. Then as you exhale, as you're able, draw your navel inward towards your spine. Just that light engagement of the abdominal muscles, the abdominal lock. And also just that full awareness of your center. Again, as you inhale, just feel the lifting and lengthening of your spine. Feel taller, you can feel lighter up top as breath rises to fill up your lungs. And that slow exhale connecting to center body, drawing navel in. Just another way to be more aware of your breath and to arrive fully in the moment. Let's take 3 more breaths like this. Prepare your body to move. And when you're ready, inhale and extend your arms overhead, reaching high. Just treat it like a nice stretch. And exhale, let's fold forward, so a good hinge from your hips. Bend your knees as much as you need to. As you just slowly and carefully guide your way downward, maybe touching your toes. Then inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or your knees and extend your spine, a long, flat back. And as you exhale, just fold back down towards toes. We'll hold here for several breaths in our standing forward fold. You can certainly bend your knees more if you'd like, so you can touch your toes if you'd like. Or maybe your hands are a little bit higher on the legs, maybe your shins just below the knees, so you're taking a partial fold, but still getting the benefit of the posture. A lengthening or stretch quality down through your hamstrings, a lengthening through the back, a nice curvature in the back perhaps, allowing gravity to draw you downward. Go ahead and shift your weight back into your heels. Bend your knees and feel like you're going to sit down into a low chair. Look forward. Maybe take your arms out to the side as you now inhale. Good. And stand up nice and tall. Reach high. And exhale, you can bring your hands down to your heart or down by your side. Either one. Just hold for a moment. Reestablish this long straight line through the body. And we'll go through that sequence again. Whenever you're ready to move, inhale, sweep your arms out and up. Good. Reaching high. And exhale, leading with your heart, fold forward with soft knees, a good bend in the knees. Make your way down, perhaps all the way down, touching the ground or your toes. Inhale, slide your hands up to your shins or knees, extending your spine, allowing your crown to lead you forward. And exhale, back down we go, forward fold. Just a brief pause here. Nice complete release. And then that weight shift into your heels, bend your knees, look forward, spread your wings, and inhale, good. We'll come right back up. Reach a little higher as you're able. And exhale, hands to your heart or down by your side. mountain pose. Hold here. Check in with breath. Let's continue with our sun salutation. Whenever you're ready to move, inhale, arms all the way up, reaching towards the sky. Exhale, leading with your heart, fold forward. Always okay to bend your knees as you make your way down. And inhale, slide hands up to the shins, extending your spine. We'll call it monkey pose. Exhale, bend your knees, let the back round, getting low enough so you can place your hands on your mat. And just walk or step both of your feet back into plank pose. Let's hold here for several breaths so you can tap into strength here. Good energy in the body. Just like in mountain pose, there's an energy moving through the spine, through the crown of your head, and in this case too, through the heels of your feet. All right, take a breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees slightly and send your hips up into the air. This is our shortcut to downward facing dog. Excellent. Yeah, just stepping into place with the feet, even your hands, just making those adjustments so you can really settle into the pose. Taking a few breaths as you arrive. You can just hold in stillness if you'd like, or add movement. You might pedal your feet here. You press one heel down as the other heel lifts, getting a stretch through your toes, through your calves. Let your knees bend, your hips might even shift side to side. And always knowing that you can rest. If you need to pause and come out of the pose, you can always just come down to knees if you need to. Let's prepare the body to move. Take a full breath in, fill up your lungs. And exhale, walk, step, or hop both feet. Return to the top of the mat to your forward fold. Let's inhale to extend spine, monkey pose. Exhale, fold. Weight shift into your heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse your swan dive, coming all the way up, reaching high here. This exhale, take chair pose or a chair-like position. That's it. Perhaps a weight shift back into your hips and heels. See if you can actually tap your toes. Your arms might be straight. They can also be bent here. That's fine. We're breathing in. And the exhale, diving out of your seat back down towards toes, forward fold. There, inhale, long spine, monkey pose, that flat back. Exhale, fold and bend, hands to the floor. Walk, step, or hop both feet back into plank pose. Hold for strength and length in the body. Just like last time, you can take your shortcut to down dog if you like. Or with your exhale, bend elbows, come down to Chaturanga Dandasana. That's the bottom of the push-up here. And inhale, create a back bend. It might be an upward facing dog, could be cobra pose. And exhale onto your toes, lifting hips and knees right into downward facing dog. Once again, kind of stepping into place. Yeah, with feet and hands settling into the pose. But let's add on to with our lunges. Inhale, extend right leg up behind you, reaching long. There it is. And exhale, let's bring right foot up to the top of the mat. Next to right hand. Once there, turn left heel to the floor behind you. Be sure you have good weight in that back foot, lightness in the hands. So with an extended spine, hinge from hips, rising up, reaching into the air, warrior one. We're going to exhale, hinge and fold again, bringing hands back down to the ground. And step our right foot back to meet the other plank pose. Finish the sequence as you like, either your shortcut to down dog, or yes, chaturanga, your up dog or cobra, could be sphinx, any other mild back bend is nice. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Settling in, feel the extended spine. Then inhale to extend left leg up and back, reaching for that back wall. Good. Exhale, let's bring left foot up to the top of the mat. Light landing, turn right heel to the floor behind you. Find that even body, then rise up. Inhale, reaching into the air, warrior one. And exhale again, just hinging, folding, bringing your hands back down to the ground. We'll step back, plank pose, and then just finish your sequence. Any way you'd like there. Good. And we'll meet up in downward facing dog. Settling in, taking a breath or two. From here, bring both knees to the floor. Sit back into hero just briefly and just sit off to the side and swing the legs around to the front. And sit in the center of your mat. We're just going to roll down onto the back. You can hug knees into chest if you'd like. Any intuitive movements are welcomed here. A little rocking, some circles, little figure eights. Just for a little massage for the back if that feels good for you. And eventually just setting the feet onto the floor, preparing for bridge pose. And once you set the feet down, just take a moment, take a few breaths, settle in, relax for a few seconds, disengage so you can reconnect with your breathing before we re-engage and move into our poses. Whenever you're ready, a nice full inhale, fill up your lungs. And exhale to empty the belly, engaging your core center, and then let your hips lift right up into the air, moving into bridge. Certainly a lot of ways you can be in this pose. You can lift and just hold the hips up into the air. If you need extra support, use your hands and lift yourself up or hold yourself up. If you happen to have a block, you can slide a block underneath you and sit on the block for a more supported sensation. There you go. Yeah, getting arms underneath you a little bit, even bending your elbows at 90 degrees with your fingertips reaching for the ceiling, yeah. And the backs of your arms, triceps and elbows, press into the floor so you can actually lift and open and expand through the chest area. Taking those deep breaths. That's it. Good. Nice opening for the whole front side of your body. Go ahead and take 2 more breaths while you're here. And after the second breath, just wiggle your feet forward a little bit, extend your arms straight up into the air, just making space so you can now roll your way down slowly and carefully back down to the ground. Nice soft landing. And then, yeah, go ahead and draw knees to chest. Any intuitive movements here if you'd like, maybe back and forth, side to side, circles. And eventually rocking forward and back with the good power of breath and an exhale to rise up all the way to seated so you can make your way to boat pose. So once you've made it here, you might even start with heels on the ground. This is just one way we can get into the pose. So heels can be on the floor, feet flexed, knees bent here, holding on to the legs, and just sit up nice and tall. Even imagine like you're sitting up against a wall so the back is straight up and down. Inhale to maintain that length. Exhale, core engagement. Then imagine you're in a lounge chair, a reclining chair, and just lie back or lean back. If you keep leaning back, step your feet in closer towards yourself. Your feet will become light, and they'll just float right up in the air. Good. You can just hold like this, holding on literally to the legs, or you can release with hands free. All right, breathe in. Then exhale, cross legs, and if you can, roll forward, catch yourself with your hands in front or even to the side. So you can just swing the feet back, step or hop back into plank pose. Hold, re-extending through the spine. Keep that nice core engagement that you established in that boat pose. Take a shortcut to down dog. Just bend your knees a little, send your hips into the air. Downward facing dog. Let's continue. Let's inhale, extend right leg up. You're going to hold that right leg in the air. Just reach nice and long through your toes. Press a little bit more firmly into the ground with your hands. Getting a little longer here, more extension. Inhale. Exhale, right foot to the top of the mat, warrior one. Left heel turns to the ground. Good connection back there. Rising when you're ready. First warrior. And then exhale to open up to warrior two. Even here you might even step into place. Getting the feet underneath you so you feel balanced in this lunge. Good. Right knee and toes are pointing directly forward. Nice energy through your arms. Perfect. Let's take side angle pose. So reaching out past that right knee, angled upper body. Rotate your arms so your right hand is reaching towards the floor while your left hand's reaching towards the ceiling. Good. You might be low enough where your right hand touches the ground, or you've got a block right there, but it's perfectly fine to be much higher up in the pose. Stay here as you breathe in, and we'll move. On the exhale, turn. Let's bring hands to the floor. Step back into plank pose. Hold here. Now you're going to gently set your right knee, just your right knee onto the floor. Swing that right foot off to the right side. We're going to reopen to the left side of the room here for side plank. We just have the knee on the ground. A nice opening. So pelvis is kind of pushing forward. Nice opening through the body. If you like this time, maybe the left hand reaching over your head towards the front of the room. Flex the left foot. You can either keep the foot on the ground or lift it into the air. Just a few inches is fine. Just get this nice extension, nice balance. Let's breathe in. Exhale, return everything to the earth. So left hand, left knee, Bring that kickstand back in. Tuck toes, lift knees and hips, downward facing dog, and just experience that re-extension of spine. Then inhale to extend left leg into the air. Hold on the exhale. Just keep getting longer as you're able. Reaching back through the left foot, hands rooting more deeply into the ground. Good. Inhale again, ready to move. Exhale, left foot steps through. Landing near left hand, right heel turns to the floor. Yeah, take your time with that. Shifting weight back, then rise to your Warrior One, reaching high. And your exhale there to Warrior Two. Good. Yep, stepping into place. Find that good balance. Maybe a deep, deep lunge. Outstretched arms, good energy through your hands and fingers. And then follow that left hand forward, our angled upper body. Then we can rotate our arms here, reaching high and low. Same thing here. You can touch the ground if you'd like, or a block, or stay up a little higher, much higher if you'd like. And even allowing that left arm to rest on top of the thigh. You can bend that elbow and let it rest right on top of the thigh. We're breathing in. And the exhale to turn, bringing both hands down to the floor, back to our plank pose, holding for a moment. You'll gently set your left knee onto the ground. Swing that left foot off to the side, making a kickstand so you have some balance and support as you just reopen towards the right side of the room for a side plank. That's it. You can stay just like that. Or feel welcome to extend your right arm overhead, reaching through your fingertips. Flexed right foot, either staying on the ground or lifted a few inches off the floor. And really extend there. Okay, let's breathe in, ready to move. Well done. Exhale, turn, so we can bring the right hand, right knee down to the ground, bring the kickstand back in. Let's do a set of cat and cow right here. Maybe 3 breaths. Inhale to look up or forward, creating that back bend. That nice rocking through the pelvis. As you exhale, tuck chin in towards chest. Belly button pulls up towards spine, creating that curved spine. And just continue that nice fluid motion through the spine and hips a few more times. Finish the breath that you're on and take one more breath. And let's return to downward facing dog. Tuck toes, lift knees, then hips, straight spine in your inverted pose. Here we'll inhale, extend right leg up, hold on the exhale once again. So just getting a little bit longer as you're able. Inhale again, and the exhale to bring right foot to the top of the mat. This time we're going to high lunge, which means your left heel will stay lifted, all 10 toes will point forward. You may still need to shift weight back a bit so there's no weight in the hands, so you can easily hinge from hips, rising up, reaching up, facing forward. Hold here for a moment. You're going to reach high and lunge low. And maintain good energy in the legs. Feel like you're holding on to a block, per se, let's say, between the knees or thighs, squeezing inward to activate the legs to help with your balance in this lunge. Good job. Now from here, shoot straight up to straighten the legs a bit, and then pivot left heel to the floor. You'll turn sideways towards the left side of the room. Bring your arms down to parallel. Right there. Now you're going to spin the right foot so your toes are facing the same direction as the left foot. Okay, so I call this a star shape. Okay, so you're facing the left side of the room, outstretched arms, nice and tall, wide legs. Now we're going to fold, but we're going to inhale, reach out with the arms, feel taller through the torso. Exhale, pull belly in, bend your knees quite a bit there if you need to, and then fold. I like to bend the knees so it protects your back as you fold. Bringing hands to the floor perhaps, or a block right there. You're going to inhale, rise up to fingertips to re-extend the spine in this wide forward fold here, wide-legged forward fold, and then back down. Let's hold here for several breaths. Good, just settling in and kind of assess how this feels for you. It might feel good to take the feet a little wider. If you feel like they're actually too wide, you can certainly step in a little closer. You can always put a bend in the knees. Yeah, a little shifting side to side. Some rotations Anything you might want to add to this pose while you're here that would feel good for your body. Getting a nice lengthening in all parts of the legs, especially down through the backs of the legs, in the outer and inner legs in this pose. Take 2 more breaths while we're down here. From here, if your hands are on the floor, just walk over towards your right foot. Turn your right foot towards the front of the room. We'll be kind of set up for Warrior One. Okay, so let's go ahead and rise up to Warrior One. So rise up here, reach. We're going to hold Warrior One. You're going to bring palms together, maybe fold fingers, maybe index fingers pointing towards the ceiling, and reach up, and again, lunge low. And just for a little extra, you're going to tip your gaze upward past those pointed fingertips. Let's breathe in, exhale, release, and fold. Bring hands down to the floor. Let's step back into plank pose, hold, and take a shortcut to downward facing dog. Nice re-extension of spine. Let's do that same thing other side. So an inhale to extend left leg into the air, reach and hold, so you can get that nice extension, getting longer. You can always open the hip there if you want to. Breathe in. Then exhale, left foot to the top of the mat for our high lunge. So again, all 10 toes are pointing forward, the right heel is lifted, shifting the weight back, less weight in the hands so you can hinge your way up like you're opening the lid of a box. Once you're tall, you're reaching up and lunging low. Hug to center, so the inner thighs feel like they're squeezing or holding onto a block. Yes, yes. Engaging legs. Reaching. We're going to keep rising to straighten the legs a bit so you can pivot right heel to the floor, turning sideways to bring arms down to parallel. Let's get ready for our star shape. So we'll turn left foot so it faces the same direction as the right foot. Turn left foot so it's facing the same direction as your right foot. Here's our star shape. Okay, you're going to reach out as you inhale and get tall at the same time. Exhale, pull belly in, bend your knees, and then begin your fold, making your way down towards the ground. You can even bring in a block there if the ground seems too far away. Inhale, rise to fingertips to extend the spine. Yeah, the crown coming forward, wonderful. And exhale, just melt your way back down. Now, the body's already been here, okay? So yeah, maybe add more sensation if you want. Okay, those deep lunges, maybe a wider stance, a little twist. Love it, okay? And there's even those options of going into like an arm balance or even a headstand right here from this pose. Whatever feels kind of playful or fun, or what the body might need while you're in this posture. All the while, breath is supporting where you are. Let's take 3 more breaths here. After that 3rd breath, you're going to walk your hands over towards your left foot, turning those toes towards the front of the room. The feet will be ready for a Warrior One setup. So let's inhale and just rise up, reach up into the air, hold on the exhale. So we're going to interlace fingers, keep index fingers pointing towards the ceiling, keep extending and reaching up. Now you can keep your gaze forward, or you might even tip your head upward, your gaze upward. For this position, just a different version of Warrior One. Let's take a breath in, exhale to release and fold, bringing hands down to the floor. We'll step back into plank pose. Either take your shortcut to down dog, or feel free to move through the whole Vinyasa, chaturanga, to up dog, into downward facing dog. Take a nice full breath in, and exhale, walk, step, or hop. Both feet return to the top of the mat to your forward fold. Inhale to extend spine. Fold again. Weight shift into your heels, bend your knees. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Let's come to standing, reaching into the air. And exhale, hands to heart or down by your side. Very nice, you guys. Good. Yeah, take a moment just to kind of loosen up, shake things out, get a sip of water. Some deep breaths, kind of check in. Yeah. Good. Let's continue our flow. Whenever you're ready, inhale, reach into the air. Extended mountain. Exhale. Let's take chair pose. Not here long. Just take the seat. Breathe in. And exhale, dive out of the seat. Back towards toes. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, monkey. Exhale, fold and bend. Hands to the floor. Hop or step back, plank pose. Come down if you'd like. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to a back bend of choice. Excellent. Then exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale to extend right leg up into the air. This time we will open it up. So bend your knee, bring your heel down toward your backside, a little lift of the knee. That's it. Good hip opener, a little twist in the spine. Good. Breathing in. And as you exhale, let's unwind and then step through. Right foot to the top of the mat. Warrior one, so left heel turns to the floor, rising high. Let's exhale, open to warrior two here. Okay, side angle, reach out, rotate, right hand down, left hand into the air. Okay, we're going to add a bit of a lunging twist. So you're going to breathe in right where you are. Exhale, turn to bring left hand to the floor. Rise up onto your tiptoes behind you. And then take the right arm out to the side and maybe up towards ceiling, or just where you're starting to feel a rotation or a twist through the upper body. Here, maybe look down at the floor. Stay in the twist, but just look down at the floor. Okay? We're going to bend the left knee and bring it down to the ground. Left knee. Make a kickstand with that foot. We're going to slide the right foot back. So we're just transitioning to our side plank. Left knee on the floor. Right hand be reaching overhead. Maybe a flexed right foot to lift it into the air. Let's breathe in. Exhale, return right hand and right knee to the floor. Bring kickstand in. And right away to downward facing dog. And inhale to extend left leg up into the air. Bend and twist. A little lift of the knee to help open the hips. A slight rotation in the spine. Breathing in. Your exhale to unwind and stepping through. Left foot to the top of the mat. Right heel turns to the floor, prepping for warrior one. Once you're ready, go ahead and rise up into the posture. First warrior. Exhale, opening to second warrior. That's it. Then arriving in the pose. Then right away to your side angle, reaching out, tip it over. Left hand reaching towards the ground. Right hand wheeling and wanting to touch the ceiling there. We're taking a breath in, ready for our twist. The exhale, bring right hand to the floor, rise up onto tiptoes behind you. The left arm will extend out to the side, then start opening up. It's okay if this left hand doesn't reach exactly upward, towards the ceiling or directly up towards the ceiling. It might even be out at an angle, reaching across the room. That's fine because you're still rotating the torso. That's all what we're really shooting for here. Okay, stay as you are. You might even look down, gently set the right knee onto the floor, make a kickstand with that foot. Lean over to that right side so you can slide that left leg back, maybe up into the air. There you go, into our side plank. Reaching through the fingertips towards the front of the room, perhaps, and left foot lifted. Okay, we're breathing in. In the exhale to bring left hand and left knee back down to the ground. 2 breaths, cat and cow. To get that nice undulation through the spine. All right, then pause and just sit back briefly into hero. And then sit off to the side. Swing the legs around to the front. And come to cobbler's pose or bound angle. So just bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet together. And just hold on to the feet or hold on to your ankles or shins and just sit up tall for a moment because I'm going to demonstrate something. Okay? So stay where you are. think I want to face this way. So we're going to come back to this transition that we've done, that we've introduced already. My right hand comes down. Here's that rotation. I'm bringing right knee to the floor, making a kickstand there. So you can just sweep that left leg back and just opening up here. Now here's a new transition. If I can get it right, let me think for a second. Okay. Now this left foot that's in the air, I've got to get it behind my right foot. So just be aware of where you've got this foot angled or leg angled, because I want to get that foot behind it. Okay. So I can push into the floor and actually extend this right leg out and take a seat. You're going to end up facing the back of the room. Okay. So facing this way with kind of a wide-legged sitting position. Not too wide, just a wide V. Just for a moment, we maybe touch toes here. Okay, and then we're going to lean back, bring feet together as you are in Cobbler's pose, and maybe just a little extra, just a little stretch there. And you might even adjust your seat there to take a seat. We're going to come to boat pose. Okay, so while you're in that Cobbler's pose, first let's take a forward fold. So maybe sitting up nice and tall, maybe hinge forward, just to add a little bit more sensation in the inner legs. You can feel free to let the back round and curve and get that stretch quality through the back body. Just take 2 more breaths here. And we're going to rise back up, re-extending spine at the top. Start to lean back, but take your hands and catch yourself back there. Pushing into the floor, and if you like, lifting the hips off the ground. Just opening up like a little back bend. Legs will get heavy for a little extra stretch, again in the legs, and then just take a seat. And we're going to come to boat pose. So you might lean back, knees come together, lifting feet, they just float in the air. Always okay to hold on to legs here, really to get that spinal extension. Yeah. Okay, we're going to breathe in. And exhale, cross legs, hands in front, hop or step back, plank pose. And take a shortcut to down dog. So let's try that transition I just showed you. So first, just inhale, take right leg up into the air, right foot to the top of the mat, left heel turns to the ground, rise to warrior 1, exhale, opening warrior 2. Take your side angle, right hand down, left hand up into the air, just take a breath. We're going to revolve this, exhale, turn, bring left hand to the floor, rise up onto tiptoes behind you. Okay, right arm out to the side so you can create that rotation. Maintain the rotation, but gently set left knee onto the floor. A bit of a kickstand just for balance so you can sweep that right foot back behind you, extend it into the air as right hand reaches overhead. So here's the new part. Notice where your left foot is on the floor. Your right foot is going to come down behind it, your toes or the whole foot. So you can kind of pick yourself up to extend the left leg. You're going to be facing the back of the room, and then just sit down. Extend the legs. They're going to be in a V shape. See if you can touch your toes, or just out to the ankles or shins. Okay? Then take the hands behind you, lean back as you bring the soles of the feet together, Cobbler's pose, and then lift the hips, just opening that up. And if you're kind of off center, you maybe just scoot yourself to center, sit down, take boat pose. Okay, so you're facing the back of the room. We're breathing in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank pose. Shortcut to down dog. Let's just do the other side. So your inhale to extend left leg into the air, left foot to the top of the mat, warrior 1. Opening here, warrior 2. Side angle pose, reach out, rotate, left hand down, right hand up. Ready to revolve, inhale. Exhale, right hand to the floor, rise up onto tiptoes behind you, left arm out to the side to twist. Okay, we're going to gently set the right knee onto the floor, make a kickstand, slide left foot back into the air, straight line, left arm maybe reaching overhead for our side plank variation. Take note of where your right foot is, because you're going to take the left foot and step down behind it. kind of pick yourself up to extend that right leg to face the front of the room now. Extend the left leg. Adjust your seat. You'll be in a kind of a little V shape with the legs. They don't have to go too wide. Maybe you reach out towards the toes. You can go wide if you want. And then lean back. Take the hands behind you. Bring the soles of the feet together, cobbler's pose. Lift, open, shift to center so you can take a seat in the center of your mat. Boat pose. Nice. Breathe in. And your exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back to plank pose, or always able to place hands to the side, swing the legs back. Shortcut or chaturanga. Up dog and meeting together in downward facing dog. All right, take another pause by bringing knees to the floor. If you can, sit back into hero pose. If that's not comfortable, just take a regular seat. Okay. So let me give you another instruction that we'll be doing. So we're going to end up, we did this earlier, we ended up in a high lunge, all 10 toes pointing forward here. Okay. We rose here to extend legs, we pivot, opened, and got into our star shape here, adjusting feet so you're balanced. There's our star shape. Breathing out, extending, exhale, soft knees, folding and bending. Now we're going to add a twist here. Since I was basically working the right side, we're going to twist to the right. So my left hand is going to stay on the floor. You can also bring a block in right here, extending arm out to the side and rotate. Okay? Don't worry if this hand doesn't reach for the ceiling. If you're here, you're fine. Okay? Staying in the rotation, I'm going to put a little bit more bend in the knees so I can kind of spin those toes forward into this posture. Prep for Warrior One. We'll take Warrior One. But once I'm in Warrior One, going back to this version, okay, fingers folded, index fingers pointing towards ceiling. Straighten legs a little bit, kind of pivot on my feet to Warrior One, facing the back of the room, lunging. Then opening to Warrior Two. So you'll be facing the back of the room, going right back into what we just did here. Dropping that knee, kickstand, side plank, step, slide right into our forward fold, wide leg. Cobbler's pose, boat. You got it? That's our dance. All right. All right. Downward facing dog. Breathing in. And exhale, walk, step, or hop. Both feet return to the top of the mat to a forward fold. Inhale, spinal extension. Fold here. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come to standing, reaching into the sky. Yeah. Exhale, hands to heart or down by your side. Good. So we'll do what we did earlier. Take an opportunity just to shake all this out. Check in with your shoulders, your head and neck, your arms, elbows, wrists, and fingers, your hips, your knees, feet and ankles, toes. Okay. Let's add one more twist since we've got some more twisting postures in our practice. So let's inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, take your chair pose. It could be a high seat or a low seat. Then bring hands to heart center while you're in chair pose. We'll inhale to get a fuller extended spine. Exhale, twist to your right. So your left elbow will start to point downward, and right elbow kind of points out to the side. That's it. Yes. So there's a feeling, a sensation of your hips or tailbone moving towards the back of the room, towards the back edge of your mat, while the very top of your head, is pointing and coming directly forward, creating that twist. Perfect. Let's breathe in. We're going to exhale, unwind, place hands on thighs, literally push into your thighs to help you stand up tall. Reach both arms up into the air, return to chair, high seat or a low seat. Okay, and bring hands to heart. When I say high seat, you can stay up high. When I say low seat, you can just kind of dip down much lower if you want. Breathe in right where you are. Exhale, twist to your left now. Keep it mild if you want. Doesn't have to be too deep of a rotation, and you certainly don't have to go down too low. Nice. Hips feel like they're moving back. Even sense that you're trying to reach your hips to the back of the room. Crown is coming forward. So you're really extending the spine, even though it is rotated here. Good. Breathe in. Good. Exhale, unwind. Again, hands on thighs. Push into the thighs to help you stand up tall. Reach both arms up into the air. Let's flow. Exhale, swan dive forward all the way down. Inhale, monkey pose. Exhale, fold and bend. Bring your hands to the floor. Walk, step, or hop both feet back. Plank pose. Come down if you'd like. Chaturanga. Always an option. You can always do those shortcuts or some variation of a sequence there, so we can all meet together in downward facing dog. Let's inhale, extend right leg up into the air. Right foot to the top of the mat. We're going to high lunge first. High lunge, so all 10 toes pointing forward, shifting weight back. We're hinging from hips, rising up, reaching up. Hold for a second. Maybe you're still reaching high, lunging low, just to get into that sensation. Then we're rising to extend the legs a bit. Pivot, left heel to the floor, opening up sideways, arms come down to parallel. Star shape, which just means your right foot turns so it's facing the same direction as the left foot. Make those adjustments. There you are. There's your star. Breathe in, reach out, get tall. Exhale, pull belly in, bend your knees slightly to protect your back as you now fold, making your way down. All the way down, completing the sensation. Maybe rise to fingertips, extending spine, but you're going to hold here on the exhale. So you're up on fingertips. You can even bring in a block, but the spine is straight and long. Keep left hand or fingertips on the floor. Extend right arm out to the side, and you're rotating your torso. Yes. I'm just kind of opening up sideways there. What you could do, your left hand's on the floor, right in the center there. What you could do to help you rotate a bit more, if it feels okay, actually step your left hand towards your right foot just a little bit, and maybe that allows you to rotate open a bit more. One more breath in and out. Soften your head and neck. Maybe look at the floor. Look at your right foot. Turn your right foot towards the front of the room, and just kind of shift your whole upper body so you're prepped for Warrior One. In the lunge, we're going to rise up to Warrior One. Rising up here, reach, interlace fingers. Okay, reach up, look up. Now, if you can, keep your gaze upward. Okay, soften that lunge. You're just going to pivot on your feet, spin around so you're facing the back of the room. Just return to Warrior One. You're just on the left foot now, or left foot forward in Warrior One. Open it to Warrior Two. That's it. Side angle pose. Reach out. Tip it over. Nice breath in. Exhale. We're going to revolve it. So right hand down to the floor. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. Extend left arm out to the side. Keep twisting. Gently set right knee onto the floor. Make a kickstand. We're sliding the left foot back. Extending the arm. Extending the leg. Reach. Be aware of where your right foot is, because you're going to take your left foot, step down behind it, so you can actually face the front of the room. Long right leg, long left leg. Just an open sensation here. You can go much wider if you want. Touch toes or keep them a little bit closer together. Okay, rise back up, hands behind you. Lean back, bend knees, bring feet together. A little opening there. A little diamond shape in the legs. For Cobbler, sit back down on the mat, boat pose. We're breathing in. And exhale, cross legs. Hands in front, hop or step back, plank pose. And come down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So that's our sequence. Let's inhale to extend left leg up into the air. Left foot to the top of the mat. It's high lunge first. All 10 toes pointing forward. Find that balance. Rise up, reach up, hold for a second there. Good. Rise up, straightening the legs. Pivot right heel to the floor, turn sideways. Arms to parallel. Let's get set up for our star shape. So turn left foot so it matches the right foot. Arms to the side there for a star. Okay, breathing in, get tall. Exhale, pull belly in, bend the knees, and fold. Hands or fingertips to the floor or block. Inhale, rise to fingertips to extend spine. Stay just like this. Keep breathing, but stay in this position. Right hand or fingertips will stay on the block or floor as you extend left arm out to the side and twist. You can stay just like that. Maybe step right hand towards left foot a little bit. Maybe rotating more. I notice in my body, I tend to lock my knees here. So just kind of check in. See if you kind of soften the knees if they feel a little locked right there. All right, look at your left foot. Spin those toes to the front. Hands to the floor, prep for Warrior One. Rise into Warrior One. Interlace fingers, reaching up, look up. Soften that lunge a little bit. Pivot and just spin to face the back of the room. Warrior One, facing the back of the room. Inhale here. Exhale, opening Warrior Two. Side angle. Right hand down, left hand up. Ready to revolve. Exhale, bring left hand to the floor. Rise up onto tiptoes behind you. Right arm off to the side. And open up. There's that twist. Gently set left knee onto the floor. Make a kickstand. Sweep that right foot back into the air. Right arm overhead. Reach. Okay, be sure you know where your left foot is. Take your right foot or toes, set it down behind that left foot. Kind of pick yourself up, facing the front of the room, extending both legs to that V shape. Maybe touch toes for another forward fold sensation. Rise back up, hands behind you, bend the knees, bring the feet together. Lifting hips so you kind of make this little back bend hip opener. Take a seat, boat pose. Nice, you guys. Breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front, hop or step back. Plank pose, complete your series, chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. We're going to make this flow. Inhale, extend right leg up, right foot to the top of the mat. High lunge. Rising up, all 10 toes pointing forward. Once you're tall, keep rising, straighten the legs, pivot left heel to the floor, arms to parallel, straight legs. Turn right foot to face the same direction as everything else. Star shape, breathe in. Exhale, soft knees as you fold and bend. Inhale to extend spine, keep the back flat right here. Left hand stays on the floor, right arm swings out to the side as you twist. Okay, we're already spinning the right foot forward, bending and lunging through that knee, hands to the floor in front. Prep for Warrior One. So inhale, rise to Warrior One. Interlace fingers here, look up, reach up, soften the lunge, spin to the back of the room. Warrior One, left side. Warrior Two. Warrior Two. Side angle, left hand down, right hand up, ready to revolve the pose. As you exhale, turn, bring the right hand to the floor, rise up onto tiptoes behind you, extend your left arm out to the side, twist. Gently set right knee onto the floor, make a kickstand. Slide left foot back into the air, left arm overhead. Okay, we're already setting those left toes onto the floor behind the kickstand. Pick yourself up, spin to face the front. Wide-legged, seated, forward fold. Maybe touch toes. Little fold there. Rise back up, hands behind you, feet together. Okay, cobbler's pose with the back bend, lifting the hips. Take a seat. Boat pose. Breathe in. Exhale, cross legs, hands in front. Hop or step back, plank, come on down, chaturanga. There's our sequence. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Right away, inhale, extend left leg into the air, reach. Left foot to the top of the mat, high lunge. High lunge, all 10 toes pointing forward. Rising up, once you're tall, keep shooting up, straighten the legs. Pivot right heel to the floor, turn sideways, prepped for your star shape. So turn left foot to face the right side. Inhale there. Exhale, fold. Inhale, re-extend spine, keep fingertips on the floor, spinal extension, hold. Right hand stays on the floor, left arm extends out to the side, twist. Okay, we're spinning the left foot forward, shifting the whole upper body so you're prepped for Warrior One. Inhale into Warrior One, rising up, interlace fingers here at the top. Reach and look up, soften the lunge so you can spin to the back of the room. Warrior One, right foot forward. And then open up to Warrior Two. And then our side angle. Right hand down, left hand into the air, inhale. Exhale, revolving, so left hand to the floor, up onto tiptoes behind you, right arm extends out to the side, opening. Left knee comes to the floor, kickstand, sweep right leg back, right arm overhead, setting the right toes behind the left foot. Pick yourself up so you can spin to the front of the room, straight legs out in a V shape, forward fold. Rise back up, hands behind you, lean back, bring the soles of the feet together, cobbler's pose with a bit of a back bend by lifting hips, deeper hip opener. Take a seat, boat pose. Nice, you guys. Two more breaths. And we'll set the feet down, relax, make sure you're sitting in the center of your mat, and go ahead and roll down onto your back. Bring knees to chest. Again, finding the intuitive movements here. Stay here for a bit so you can check in with breath. So you might be slightly out of breath, and that's okay. We did a lot of movement. So as best as you can, start taking deep breaths. Those ujjayi breathing sensations are a very efficient way of breath, and you find that you'll come back to your baseline a little quicker. At any point, you can move into happy baby pose or any other hip opener here. Good, 2 more breaths. If you happen to be in happy baby pose. From there, moving to reclining cobbler's pose. So the soles of the feet will come together, just set the feet onto the ground. We've done this many times already, just in the seated version. Now we're just doing the lying down version. A little bit more relaxed, perhaps, in the body. Nice. And just keep checking in with breathing, making your way back to that baseline of slower, deeper breaths. After that dynamic flow, good. Take the time that you need here. Our next pose, when you are ready, will be a twist. Taking your time when you are ready to transition, just bring the knees together, perhaps hug them in towards your body, and then take both knees over towards the left side of the room as your right arm extends out to the right side of the room, creating that spinal twist. Nice. Two more breaths here, or more breaths if you'd like to spend more time on this side. Whenever you're ready to move, just taking your time as you return to center. You might pause in center for a couple seconds as the spine realigns and prepares for the second side. So the knees can go down to the right, left arm extends to the left.
Taking your time. Once again, just checking in with breath. You might find that, oh, I've returned to baseline. I can take slow, deep breaths again. Take one more deep breath. Returning to center. From here, deciding what else you might need to help complete your practice. If there's any other movements or stretches you'd like to add right here, like another back bend or hip opener or an inverted pose, go ahead and take those positions. Otherwise, move into relaxation. So you can move into Shavasana or any other restorative position. Let the body relax completely. Just settle in for this breathing meditation. Remain connected to your breath. Feel the softness and stillness in the body. Once again, return to the awareness of your breath. This time, taking 5 slow, deep breaths. Those slow, steady breaths that bring you back to full awareness of self, and being here in the present moment. Reintroducing movement into your body. And after your 5th breath, moving as slowly as you can, roll onto either side of your body. Just moving into a nurturing pose for a moment. And still moving very slowly, guide your way up to seated. Sitting up nice and tall, well-lengthened spine. Your arms can stay relaxed down by your side, hands in your lap if you'd like, or even bring hands to heart center. Wherever you are, just take one more breath in and out. And as we come to the close of this portion of our journey together, we bow saying, Namaste.